Good morning, everyone. I am the Reverend William Levwood, affectionately known as Rev Lev. My pronouns are he and him, and I am the minister here at Accotink Unitarian Universalist Church. I am so grateful to be your minister. As we begin our special All Souls and Music Sunday service, I invite you or remind you, if you're in person, to silence your phone. And whether you're joining us in person or online, to center ourselves for worship by taking a deep breath together. We open and welcome to the ancestral people of this land, acknowledging that our church, like all of Burke, rests on the unceded territory of the Manahoac tribe of the Great Sioux Nation. We seek healing and the realization of justice with the people of this land who live on in their descendants, the present-day members of the Monacan Indian Nation, the Patawomic Indian tribe of Virginia, and the Piscataway Indian Nation. We honor the ancestors as we move toward healing, so that all together shall one day know full justice.
It is here. What we need 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 is here.
Welcome to Accotink Unitarian Universalist Church. I am Alicia McMahon. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm happy to be your worship associate today. If you aren't new to Accotink, look around. Do you see people you haven't met or haven't spoken to in a while? These people like you and want to meet you. Help us live up to our mission to be a welcoming and inclusive spiritual home for all by reaching out and making a connection. By visiting this congregation, newcomers are in a transition moment, and people in transitions are more open to new friendships. That means that your new best friend might be here this morning, and this is your chance to get to them before someone else does. Whether you're a longtime member or a newcomer or something in between, we encourage you to stay for our social hour, online and in person, immediately after the service. We're so delighted that you decided to join us today. Welcome.
I know you need more time to connect with each other, which is why we have our social hour, and today a potluck. So that's a wonderful thing. We're starting a new month, the month of November. We have monthly themes from Soul Matters. Our theme last month was cultivating compassion. Our theme this month is nurturing gratitude. In some ways, this service will draw those two, compassion and gratitude, together. Next Sunday, we have our bread and cider communion, our multi-generational service, which is usually on the first Sunday of the month, will be next Sunday. I really hope you'll join us for that service. It's one of my favorites when we share bread, cornbread, and cider with each other and sacramentalize our connection with the natural world and with each other, and our call to be vessels of love in the world. Then we'll continue our exploration of nurturing gratitude the following Sunday as we look at how gratitude compels us to give back. The words gratitude and compassion both are part of the new UU value of generosity. Because gratitude, it's not enough to just receive. That's the foundation from which, out of that welling up of gratitude, we give back generously to each other and to the natural world. And then we'll have our first of this year's pulpit swaps with Reverend Kirk Freeman from Davies UU Church. Will be here, and I'll be in Davies over in Camp Springs, Maryland. And then we have one of our wonderful ensemble services to close out the month, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, with reflections from members of Accotink. Those are some of my favorite services, and I know they're some of your favorite services as well. But today we're going to begin this wonderful Music Sunday exploring compassion and gratitude. We also are engaged in an effort to defend our democracy because we belong to each other. We're organizing all of our social justice efforts in that vein. And one of the things you said you need when we asked you, because we built the campaign based on your feedback, is more good news. So here's some good news. Thank you again to John Peterson, our social justice chair, for sharing these two pieces of good news. Statues of Rosa Parks and Helen Keller, pivotal figures who fought for justice and inspired change across the world, were unveiled on the grounds of the Alabama State Capitol. And new research from the Harvard Kennedy School found that the No Kings protests, the recent protests, were likely the most geographically widespread in U.S. history, reaching deep into all parts of our country. I invite you to rise in body or in spirit as we join in our chalice lighting words, which we'll recite together. They'll be on the screen in just a moment. Let's say them together. They're on 2 slides. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. As an expression of the value of generosity, we cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. We covenant to freely and compassionately share our faith, presence, and resources. Our generosity connects us to one another in relationships of interdependence and mutuality. We are accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love.
We give thanks for this wondrous night, for those with us still, and who join the light, for the love lives on, and when we're gone, oh, we give thanks for this wondrous night.
Good morning. My name is Michelle Anderson. I use the pronouns she and her, and I'm the Children and Youth Spiritual Development Director, and I'm so excited to share a story with you this morning. It's called The Memory Tree. It's written by Britta Teckentrup. There was once a fox who lived with all the other animals in the forest. Fox had lived a happy life, but now he was tired. Very slowly, Fox made his way to his favorite spot in the clearing. He looked at his beloved forest one last time and lay down. Fox closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and died. Everything around Fox was still and peaceful. Snow began to fall, gently covering him with a soft blanket. Owl had watched Fox from the top of his tree. He flew down and landed next to his friend. Owl was very sad. He had known Fox for a long time. But Owl knew the time had come for his friend to leave. One by one, Fox's friends came to the clearing. First squirrel and weasel, then bear, deer, and bird, and finally rabbit, mouse, and others came to sit by Fox. Fox had been loved by everyone. He had been kind and caring. No one could imagine life in the forest without him. The animals sat in silence for a very long time. Owl was the first to speak. He smiled warmly and said, "I remember when Fox and I were very young. Every autumn, we raced to see who could catch more falling leaves." The other animals remembered and smiled. Mouse said softly, "I remember how much Fox loved the sunset. He always sat at this exact spot." The animals remembered. Many of them had joined Fox, watching the sun go down. It was a happy memory, and their sad hearts filled with warmth. Bear remembered how Fox had looked after her cubs one spring. Rabbit smiled when she told the story of how Fox had played tag with her in the tall grass. The squirrel talked about Fox helping him dig up buried nuts in the deep snow last winter. One by one, the animals remembered their favorite stories about Fox. Fox had touched the lives of all the animals in the forest with his warmth and kindness, and they all smiled, remembering. While the animals talked, a little orange plant grew out of the snow where Fox was lying. Small and delicate at first, and hardly noticeable, the plant grew bigger, stronger, and more beautiful with every story. The animals talked about Fox all through the night. And in the morning, the little plant had grown into a small tree. The animals saw the tree and knew that Fox was still a part of them. During the next days, weeks, and months, the animals remembered many more stories about Fox. Their heavy hearts began to feel a little bit lighter. The more they remembered, the more the tree grew, higher and more beautiful, until it was the tallest tree in the forest. A tree made from memories and full of love. Fox's tree was big and strong enough to shelter all of the animals. It was always buzzing with life. The birds built their nest among the leaves. An owl raised his grand chicks on the branches. Squirrel found a cozy home in the trunk. And bear, deer, and rabbit slept in its shade. The tree gave strength to everyone who had loved Fox. And so, Fox lived on in their hearts forever.
So I want to share a fun synchronicity. Anybody notice that my hair is blonde? That's I can understand why. That's for Halloween because I was the sun, and I wore my sun costume to the polls when I went to vote for early voting. Reminder to vote. And as I was walking in, and as I was in the building, people started singing this song. They started singing, "The sun will come out tomorrow," though it didn't sound quite as good as it did here this morning. I also wanted to tell you that we actually, because we have a Music Sunday, we're going to have our children stay a little bit later to share joys and sorrows, so they'll also get to hear not only Seasons of Love, but our choir, and then they'll go down for their classes after that. So we have this All Souls service every year, and we have a special collection for our memorial garden and our memorial tree. Having a memorial garden is quite unusual for a congregation of our size. It makes us unique and is part of our commitment to care for this community. And it's always relied on direct donations, has never received support from any Accotink General Fund. And we just ask for donations twice a year, on Memorial Day and on All Souls. All funds funded today will go to the maintenance of our memorials. Please make checks payable to AUUC Memorial Fund, and we invite you to visit the Tree of Remembrance, which is on this side of the building, in the stairway, and our Meditation and Memorial Garden to pay your respects to the individuals who you'll hear named here today later in the service. Thank you for your continued support.
Psalms 100 says, "Make a joyous noise." How can I keep from singing? Or how can you not keep singing? The act of singing is restorative. One breathes in and out evenly, the head and heart filled with oxygen, and deep inside, one is cleansed from the dust and dirt of the outside world. Singing in community, in a choir, in a church, or even at the seventh inning stretch of a baseball game, is nothing else. It's not the same as playing an instrument, which is not bad either. Don't get me wrong. It's nice too. But in community singing, the group breathes together, pronounces words together, makes rhythms together, makes harmonies together, and ultimately makes beautiful music together. Truly a joyous noise. How can I keep from singing? In short, I can't. And I encourage you to keep singing to get through these current trying times. It will energize you and restore you. And now I will join the choir in singing, "How Can I Keep from Singing?"
Oh
So the poem that is our reading this morning has been slightly adapted for two voices. Basically, everything Alicia says is the original poem, and everything I say is the adaptation. The poem is by Kai Cheng Tom.
The name of the poem is Trauma is Not Sacred. Trauma is not sacred. Violence is not special. Pain is not holy. Suffering does not make angels. Abuse defines no one. You are more than the things that hurt you.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
You are more than the people you have hurt.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
Do not make an altar to your woundedness.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
Do not make a fetish out of mine.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
A body belongs to no one. A memory is not made to be eaten. Does it titillate you to hear about assault? If I told you my story, would you swallow it whole? If I confessed my sins, would you feed me to the beast to purge your own? I will show you mine if you show me yours. We have all seen the darkness, now give us the dawn. Tell me about the joy you keep in the hollow spaces between your bones.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
Tell me again how you laughed when you realized that you were not wholly unlovable.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
I'll tell you again how I cried when my best friend told me that I was not a bad person.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
Remember how we used to count the lines on our palms when we were little? How we used to try to read the future for its gifts?
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
How we used to make lists of the things we would dream of when finally we were free.
There is a love poem waiting deep below.
I will make you a list of the things I'm grateful for. I will sing you a litany of reasons to be alive. I want to know the songs you wake up for in the morning. I want to marvel at the unbelievable graciousness of your being. I know that I am capable of pouring love like lavender oil into your cupped palms. There is forgiveness like honey pooled in the chambers of our heart. You are the thing I am most grateful for. All bodies know how to heal themselves given enough time. All demons carry a map of heaven and their scars beneath the skin of every history of trauma. There is a love poem waiting deep below.
So sometimes I get headaches, migraines. Anybody else get migraine headaches? The pain can be intense, debilitating. Sometimes for me, the headache comes with what I can only describe as a whole body nausea. When I get these headaches, I have a routine. I take a hot bath, I massage my neck and shoulders. Sometimes I take a muscle relaxer and some Advil as well. And then I go to sleep, and I hope that when I wake up, the pain will be gone. Now, when I take my hot bath, I listen to the podcast Poetry Unbound. Each episode includes a poem read at the beginning and again at the end of the episode. And in between, the host, Padraig Ó Tuama, reflects on the poem. There's also instrumental music interspersed throughout. The episodes are short, usually about 12 to 18 minutes or so. The earliest episodes are even shorter, under 10 minutes. All of this is just to say that I was in pain when I first heard this poem. And the pain, which I will experience again, is not holy. It's a good reminder from the poem. And also, my body, like all bodies, knows how to heal. Another good reminder from the poem. Suffering exists, and it will never go away completely. And as I shared in my sermon a couple Sundays ago, the gift suffering offers is the possibility of empathy and the possibility of cultivating compassion from that empathy. We are called to alleviate suffering wherever we can, and to be with others in their suffering when our presence is the only healing that can be offered. But trauma is not sacred. Pain is not holy. Now, in addition to the podcast, Padre Gotuma has written about this poem, sharing, the assertion that trauma is not sacred is fueled by the knowledge that many have believed the opposite, that trauma is sacred, that violence is special, holy, makes angels. But we know that violence should be a last resort used only after all other methods have been exhausted, if at all, and that suffering is not a goal or an end in itself. Do not make an altar to your woundedness. Do not make a fetish out of mine. I can't help but imagine Jesus saying those lines. Do not make a fetish out of mine. We have all seen the darkness, now give us the dawn. This is a practice, telling about the joy kept in the hollow spaces between the bones, reacquainting ourselves with our loveliness, our lovableness. I'll tell you again how I cried when my friend told me I was not a bad person. Remember how we made lists of the things we would dream of when finally we are free. I will make you a list of the things I'm grateful for. So tell me, what are you grateful for? My parents and my stepdaughter are here with me. We're grateful for family joining us.
Things that bloom.
Things that bloom. The colors of fall. Music. My chosen family. Yeah.
My partner.
My partner.
My 2 new kittens that I got last night.
My 2 new kittens that I got last night. There is so much to be grateful for, even in these times. Even in these times, there are kittens. Even in these times, there is so much to be grateful for. In his book, The Way of Gratitude, Unitarian Universalist minister Galen Gungrich shares how the practice of gratitude, of choosing to list the things we are grateful for, nurtures our awareness that we are contingent creatures, dependent on the earth and other people for everything we need. Gratitude, he writes, is a way of life that when consistently practiced leads to an abiding sense of joy. Joy at being alive, joy at being a part of this amazing ecosystem we call planet Earth, joy at being able to begin each morning with the gift of a new day, joy at being able to love and work and sometimes struggle and occasionally fail and begin again. In Kai Cheng Tom's poem, she says, I will sing you a litany of reasons to be alive. Tell me your reasons to be alive. Again, raise your hand and I'll repeat. Tell me your reasons to be alive.
Yamamoto and the Dodgers.
Yeah. Yamamoto and the Dodgers. Not for Blue Jays fans, but Yamamoto and the Dodgers.
My loved ones.
My loved ones.
Like going on walks in the forest. It's like the best thing in the world.
Going on walks in the forest. It's like the best thing in the world. People who need me. Just one or two more.
The magic of science.
The magic of science.
Understanding the human condition and why we exist at all.
Understanding the human condition and why we exist at all. Give that young man a pulpit.
To love and be loved.
To love and be loved. All right.
Beautiful singing.
Beautiful singing. Seasons of Love is like right on my page today with tomorrow and again, to love and be loved, because I have written here, love is why we're alive. To practice loving others, to practice receiving love, to practice loving ourselves, to practice loving earth and all beings. I will sing you a litany of reasons to be alive. The song sounds like holding an infant, feeding them, changing a diaper, teaching a child to tie their shoes, or to whistle, or to snap their fingers, to sing, to dance. It's laughing together, crying together, healing together. Love is why we're alive. Love is the litany. Love is the song. There is a love poem waiting deep below. Make it rise. Make it rise up. Rise up in our hearts, rise up between us. There is a love poem waiting deep below. Make it rise. Let love be our prayer. In her poem, Kai Cheng Tom tells us, I want to know the songs you wake up for in the morning. I want to know the songs you wake up for in the morning. So share a song that helps you wake up in the morning. And they can't all be from Stevie Wonder, okay? I get the impulse. Yeah. Morning has broken. The morning song of cats meowing.
Don't Stop Me Now.
Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Daylight by Shinedown.
Daylight by Shinedown.
Golden from K-pop Demon.
Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. Where are the youth? We want them to know we love that too. Birds Out My Window, the song of birds.
Blue Boat Home.
Blue Boat Home, a favorite UU hymn.
I can't tell you the name of it.
Oh, you can't tell me the name of it? This one, John Denver, everybody. Yes. Okay. Mira, we got to keep it moving. We're past 11. This is a beautiful song. Yeah, John Denver. I'm sorry. Happier Than the Morning Sun by Stevie Wonder. We'll end on Stevie. Thank you very much. We all need songs to wake up for in the morning. Songs of joy, of sorrow, of struggle, of resilience, songs of hope and songs of faith. We all need songs to wake up for in the morning. And we didn't make all the songs. No one stands alone. Let this be our song. We draw the circle wide, not because others need us to let them into our circle. We do it for that too, but principally we draw the circle wide because we need other people's songs to wake up for in the morning. I know I do. I need your songs to wake up in the morning. And like Kai, Cheng, Tom, I want to marvel at the unbelievable graciousness of your being. There is a love poem waiting deep below. So please share it with me, with all of us here today and every day. The unbelievable graciousness of your being. This one can be hard, I know. Trust me. But tell me about the unbelievable graciousness of your being. Tell me what is unbelievably good about you. What about you, your being, is a gift to the world? Again, raise your hand and I'm going to lift these up. Notice it says the unbelievable graciousness. You didn't earn it. So it's okay to shout it out, okay? It's not ego. It's a gracious gift.
I'm kind.
Kind. I'm kind. Yeah, what else? I am. I'm here.
Help people feel welcomed.
Help people feel welcome.
I'm reliable.
I'm reliable. Yeah. What else? Ability to fix things. Independent. Compassionate. Funny. There's some more over here? Behind me. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I help people understand. I'm honest. I listen.
I'm a great teacher.
I'm a great teacher. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your beautiful gifts, both naming them here, but also even those that weren't named. Thank you for sharing your beautiful gifts. As Shug taught us in Alice Walker's The Color Purple, God gets mad when we walk by the color purple in a field and don't notice and acknowledge that beauty. And God gets mad when we don't see and celebrate our own beauty and the beauty of each other. There is a love poem waiting deep below. Make it rise. Make it rise up. Let love be our prayer. Let this be our song. No one stands alone. May it be so, and may we be among those who make it so.
Please rise now in body or in spirit and join in our closing words. As we extinguish our chalice, I invite you to join me now in our community blessing with these words of David Bumbo. This church is dedicated to the proposition that behind all our differences and beneath all our diversity, there is a unity that makes us one and binds us forever together, in spite of time, death, and the space between the stars. We pause now in silent witness to that unity. Now that we've gathered together in this welcoming and inclusive spiritual home, let us go out into the world inspired to share our values.